We're focusing on the Montreal Protocol and its relationship with the ozone layer, a critical topic for your EPA 608 exam. First, let's understand why this matters for the test. The stratospheric ozone layer, located about 10 to 30 miles above Earth, acts like a natural shield, absorbing harmful ultraviolet B radiation from the sun. On the exam, you'll see questions that test your knowledge of what damages this layer. The primary culprits are man-made chemicals, specifically chlorofluorocarbons, or CFCs, and hydrochlorofluorocarbons, or HCFCs, which were common refrigerants for decades. The key takeaway for the exam is the role of chlorine. When these refrigerants leak and drift up into the stratosphere, they are broken down by intense UV radiation, which releases chlorine atoms. A classic exam question will test the destructive power of a single chlorine atom. You need to remember the staggering number. One chlorine atom can destroy up to 100,000 ozone molecules before it is removed from the stratosphere. This isn't a minor detail. It's a frequently tested fact that underscores the severity of the problem. In response to this global threat, the international community created the Montreal Protocol in 1987. For your EPA 608 test, you must associate the Montreal Protocol directly and exclusively with the protection of the ozone layer. It's an international treaty designed to phase out the production and consumption of ozone-depleting substances, like CFCs and HCFCs. The exam will expect you to know that this was an agreement focused on ozone depletion, not global warming or climate change. The United States implemented the requirements of the Montreal Protocol through the Clean Air Act. Specifically for your exam, you need to know about Section 608, which establishes the National Refrigerant Management Program you're being tested on. It covers refrigerant handling, service practices, and disposal for stationary air conditioning and refrigeration equipment. Section 609 is also relevant, but it specifically targets motor vehicle air conditioning, or MVACs. Differentiating between Section 608 for stationary appliances and Section 609 for vehicles is a common exam point. Now for a major exam trap. Test writers love to confuse the Montreal Protocol with other environmental agreements. You will almost certainly see questions that mention the Kyoto Protocol or the Kigali Amendment. The Kyoto Protocol deals with reducing greenhouse gas emissions to combat global warming. The Kigali Amendment, while an update to the Montreal Protocol, specifically targets the phase-down of HFCs, which are potent greenhouse gases but are not significant ozone depleters. This is a crucial distinction. Here's a simple way to keep it straight for the exam. Montreal Ozone. The M and O go together. If you see Montreal Protocol, think ozone depletion. If you see Kyoto or Kigali, think climate change and global warming. Don't let them trick you. Because of the Montreal Protocol, which is considered the most successful environmental treaty in history, the ozone layer is slowly healing. Exam questions might touch on this success to reinforce the purpose of the regulations. Remember, your certification under Section 608 is a direct result of this international effort to protect the stratospheric ozone layer by controlling these refrigerants. For free practice questions, AI-powered explanations, and more exam prep tools, visit openexamprep.com. That's openexamprep, all one word, .com.